Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Q&A meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. Please submit your question one at a time. Please be brief and precise. Also, let me know how the video and audio is doing today. I will start reading your comment. First one from Enilam Satu. Professor Kenneth Hunt. Good morning, Ajahn. You are clear. Thank you. Today is a bit chilly in Thailand. First time this year, the weather has become cold. Where is everybody? Seems like there's only about 9 people watching right now. Maybe busy preparing to go somewhere, doing something. Christmas shopping. Is everybody meditating? Kenneth Hunt, it's a bit chilly here too, Ajahn. Sound and picture are clear. The weather is a little bit cold. 5 degrees. And this must be very cold, 5 degrees. For us, even just 20 or 18 degrees is considered very cold already. I think today it was about 19 degrees this morning. Right now it's 25, so it's warm now. Pasana Chunasevi. Good morning, Prajan. The sound and picture are clear. The weather here is a little bit cold. Yes. Terishi, good afternoon, Ajahn. May you be healthy, well, and happy. Thank you for your guidance and noble advice. Sadhu, sadhu. Sound and visual is fine, still warm. Ajahn, Suchart, and all venerables at Wat Yannasangwararam and Kauchio. Thank you. Ui Hua, Sukihotu, Nang Lin, Sadhu, Sadhu. Kenneth Hunt, -5. Wow, this must be very cold. We have lots of snow now, too. Christine Coe, good day to Long Paul. Thank you. Jobu, nice to see Ajahn healthy. Thank you. Grace, Cheng, Ajahn, Atanatiya Sutta, chanting for protection from evil spirit, true? No, chanting is to calm the mind, to stop the mind from being afraid of anything, that's all. But it cannot protect, it can only protect the mind from being fearful. If you keep chanting, then your fear will disappear. But as far as evil spirit is concerned, they usually don't bother with us. It's our own mental fabrication that produces this belief that there are evil spirits to harm us. But the real thing that harms us is our delusion, our defilements. By thinking about things like evil spirit harming us. But there's no such thing. Nothing can harm us except our own delusion or defilement. So we have to stop whenever we start to think delusionally by chanting any kind of chant. We'll stop the mind from thinking delusionally. And when we stop thinking, then the fear will disappear. Biling Suki Hotu Dhanajan Satu Satu. Terishi, dear Tanajan, seeing a dead body and autopsy did not enable my mind to see the super nature of this physical body. May Tanajan be so kind to advise, how shall I learn to see the repulsiveness of this physical body to eradicate the essential attraction to the other bodies? You have to see a decomposing body, or seeing the body being opened up and see all the internal organs of the body. Just as seeing the skeleton, seeing the heart, lungs, and so forth. Sabrina Sage, good day, dear Ajahn. Why is music prohibited in Buddhism? It's not prohibited entirely. It depends on what level of practice you practice. If you're just a lay person practicing the 5 precepts, you are not prohibited from listening to music. But if you want to practice higher on the higher level, such as doing meditation, then music or entertainment is prohibited in order to provide you with the time to do the practice of meditation. So it's just a matter of level of practices. If you're just keeping the 5 precepts and maybe do it casual meditation, you don't need to stop listening to music when you're not meditating. But if you're on the higher level in which you want to practice meditation all day long, then music is considered to be a hindrance to your practice. So you have to stop listening to music by keeping the 8 precepts. This is for more serious practitioner of meditation. But if you're just a casual meditator, you don't need to stop listening to music. You can listen to music when you're not meditating. Metta Vandana Sadhu Sadhu Christine Koe Long Pa. Last time Long Tam Mahabua picture shots of gold. Is it disciple donated to help the nation when economic crisis? Yes. That's when people donated gold bars or gold earrings and so forth to be deposited in the National Reserve. Because the foreign reserve has come down very low and needs to be restored to a higher level to maintain a credit for the nation, the economy, financial status. Swante Sadhu Sadhu Tony Yip Sadhu Sadhu Te Seng Hin Sadhu Sadhu Terishi, thank you Tanajan. Kenneth Hunt, dear Tanajan, during walking meditation, I tend to visualize the body as a skeleton, just walking back and forth, and it's quite peaceful. Is this a suitable practice? Yes, if you find it peaceful for you, that's okay. The goal of practice is to prevent your mind from being restless, agitated by thinking a lot. So if you're not thinking about anything and concentrate or focus on your body, whichever parts of the body you like to concentrate, that is okay. If your mind can become peaceful. Rudy Penn, Mante. How to overcome fear of flying, especially when there's turbulence. Keep chanting or keep reciting when you become fearful. When you're on a flight and there's turbulence on the flight, just keep chanting or keep reciting a mantra, Bhutto Bhutto. Pull the mind away from the turbulence, and when eventually you'll forget and your mind can become calm and peaceful. In order to rid of your fear entirely, you have to use wisdom by considering the nature of the body as being impermanent. Being born, after being born, you are subjected to aging, sickness, and death. Considered to be anatta, not yourself. It's just a work of nature. The body is a work of nature made from the 4 elements. And one day it will have to dissolve, return back to its original form. So you have to use wisdom to get rid of your fear permanently by accepting that the body is not you. The body is just the work of nature. It's made up of the four elements: earth, water, fire, and wind. One day these four elements will disappear, will separate, and this body will die. No one can stop this process. If you can see this truth and let go of your attachment, then there will be no fear of death anymore. Terence THB, thank you for Dhamma teaching. May you be well and happy. Thank you. Saying greeting Ajahn and everyone. May all be happy and liberated. Metta Vandana. Ajahn, is it okay to eat egg for Buddhist practitioners? Yes, but they have to be cooked egg, not raw eggs. The eggs should be well cooked, well done. Not half cooked. I think this is for health reason. Maybe when an egg is not fully cooked, well done, well cooked, it can have some bacteria that can cause you sickness. Grace Chang, dear Ajahn, when we do something good, there are a lot of things come to disturb or prevent us from doing good. It's just your own perception, that's all. When you want to do good, you might feel that there are a lot of disturbance, a lot of obstruction. But it's the same way with doing bad. It's not easy to doing bad either. There are polices to prevent you from doing it. But you just don't think about it, that's all, when you do something bad. But when you do something good, you try to find an excuse to stop doing good, that's all. But regardless of what you do, good or bad, there will always be something that can obstruct you. Kenneth Tan Kibok, greeting Ajahn. May you be well and happy. Thank you. Fanny Ong, dear Ajahn, when anger and sadness come, I take a deep breathing and contemplate anicca anatta. The emotions of anger and sadness disappear. Is this we practice about upekkha? Yes, by using wisdom to teach your mind to let go, to stop reacting to things, because they are anicca anatta. You cannot control or force them. So you just have to let them be. Metta Vandana, thanks Ajahn. You're welcome. Rudy Pen, Pante, how to practice 8 precepts for lay people. Should we do it on Uposatha day or can we do any day? You can do any day. Uposatha day is just a day that the Buddha prescribed. The meaning of Uposatha day is a day when you're not working. When you stop working for one day, then you practice the 8 precepts and meditation together, continuously the whole day and night. So you can pick any day and as many days as you like to practice the 8 precepts. Normally it will be easier to practice on the day when you're not working, that's all. Because when you work, you might have to dress up, you might have to eat after 12 o'clock, for instance. So it's not practical to keep the 8 precepts when you have to work. So normally people will keep the 8 precepts on their day off. But if we can keep the 8 precepts any day or every day, that's fine. That's good. No, uh, no rules to stop you from practicing 8 precepts every day. Rudy Pen, Satu Satu, Ajahn. JJ Tan, is there something we can do to have good health or Ajahn before we go for medical operation? Thank you. Ajahn will give you a good mental health, make your mind calm and peaceful. But as far as the body is concerned, the chanting don't do much for the body. Chanting is for the mind, to keep your mind peaceful and calm and not afraid. Yulin Go, Satu Satu. Chonburi Thailand, Satu Satu. Metta Vandana. Ajahn, sometimes I wake up early morning, like 3 a.m., like someone said something in my ears. I start to chant Bhutto and it stops. It's your mind thinking about these things. It's your mental fabrication. So when you stop this mental fabrication by chant Bhutto, then this sound stops talking to you. Rudy Pen, Ajahn, should we sleep on thin mattress? Any measurement eat before 12? Well, the thinner the mattress, the better. We don't want to have comfort from sleeping because we will sleep too much. So try to sleep on the hard floor if you can, by just using a cloth or a straw mat. Eat before 12? Yes, if you keep the 8 precepts, you have to eat before 12. Penny Ong, thank you, Ajahn. You're welcome. Cheng Mei Leng, Satu Satu. If I skip your comments or your question, please resubmit it again. Sometimes I might overlook them, or sometimes they don't appear on my screen. Ajahn Rudy Pen, what is the meaning of contemplation? How to practice it? Contemplation is to think logically, to think about the cause and effect of the reality of things. Like contemplate, thinking about anicca means for you to understand the nature of anicca being impermanent. Everything in this world is not permanent. Everything lasts temporarily. Sooner or later they will have to disappear. Like our body is anicca, not permanent, it's temporary. Sooner or later one day it will then have to die. So this is anicca. Anatta, it is a work of nature. There is no body in this body. The body doesn't belong to you, me, or anybody. It belongs to nature. It comes from nature and it will go back to nature. It comes from the 4 elements and it will go back to the 4 elements. This is contemplation or study or investigation or thinking rationally according to the truth. So as to stop your mind of having the delusion that the body will live forever. JJ Tan, do we chant Bhutto all day? will it improve our mindfulness as I find it difficult to meditate peacefully? Yes, if you can chant Bhutto all day long, this will stop your mind from thinking, running around, wondering about this and that. Then your mind can become more peaceful and easier for you to meditate. Pami Pomya, Namaste, Prajan, thank you. Rudy Pen, Mahasatu Ajahn. Metta Vandana, Ajahn, can I make the sound of silence as my meditation object, since the breath becomes very subtle and I can't find it anymore? Yes, once you reach the sound of silence, you can use the sound of silence as your object of meditation. Just keep the mind quiet. If the mind starts to think, you have to stop it right away. Metta Vandana, thank you, Ajahn. You're welcome. Rudy Pen, Ajahn, could I offer food to Buddha at home? Altar every time before eat. You can, but you don't have to, because the Buddha statue cannot eat your food. If you want to pay respect, if you want to offer food, the real food that the Buddha wants you to offer is your practice of meditation, practice of charity, morality, and meditation. This is what the Buddha wants from you, not the food. The Buddha wants you to practice charity, morality, and meditation. So if you want to pay respect, honor the Buddha said, honor me by your practice. So practice charity, morality, and meditation. You don't need to offer the food to the Buddha statue, because the Buddha statue cannot eat the food that you offer. It's a waste of time. Adeline Chin, good afternoon, Ajahn. Good afternoon to you. Ramsa JW, Namaskar, Ajahn. Sadhu. JJ10, there are teachers who do not recommend labeling when we meditate. They do not recommend saying Bhutto or in and out, or counting 1 and 2. So what is the right practice to chant when meditate, or just keep silent when meditate? There are many different ways of meditating. See, if you're just watching the breath, you don't need to chant Bhutto or in or out or counting 1 or 2. Just keep watching the breath if you like. But it doesn't hurt. It's not preventing. It's not prohibiting for you to count when you watch your breath if you want to count your breath. Or if you want to label in and out or recite Bhutto, this is allowed. But ideally, when you do breathing meditation, you should just be watching the breath in and out without saying in or out. Just keep watching and knowing when the breath is coming in, when the breath is going out at the tip of your nose. Just focus on that point, so your mind can become calm, peaceful, and happy. So there are many different ways of doing meditation. So you have to find which way is suitable for you. If you want to recite Bhutto without watching the breath, that is also possible. That is also allowed. you can do that also. You can watch the breath. You don't have to watch the breath if you recite Bhutto Bhutto. Just stay with Bhutto Bhutto alone. So there are many different techniques. You just have to choose the one that is good for you, right for you. Helen Yip, dear Ajahn, is treating friends' meals considered a type of dana? Yes, if you're paying the meal for your friend or anybody, you are giving dana, food dana. Metta Vandana, Ajahn, can you please suggest how to do investigation of 32 parts, body part? First, by reciting the name of the 32 parts, in English if you like, or in your language. 32 parts of the body, such as the hair of the head, hair of the body, nail, teeth, skin, flesh, skeleton, and so forth. All the 32 parts by name. Recite them, memorize them, the names of the 32 parts first. Once you have done that, then you start to visualize each part as you recite the name. You do this without having to open your eyes or close your eyes. You can do this either closing or open your eyes. But you want to visualize the body part, following the name that you have recited. So eventually, every time you see a body, you'll see the whole 32 parts of the body. Not just what you see from the outside, you also see the inside parts of the body, the inner parts of the body. Sabrina Sage, dear Ajahn, what about playing music as a serious practitioner? Well, if you play music, then you won't have time to meditate. So if you want to meditate, then you have to stop playing music. Because if you play music, then you won't have the time to meditate. If you're a serious practitioner, you want to devote all your time for meditation practice only, nothing else. Albert Paul, Namo, Abhijato, Satu. Terishi, dear Ajahn, on one hand we perform our filial piety duties and give our loved ones some of our hard-earned money. But instead of doing good or anything wholesome, our loved ones use it to gamble at casino, and to the extent of our loved ones would even try to lie or behave as if nothing has happened. When asked, or we will even comment that, why do you need to bother what I do? But being the child, we also hope that they do wholesome things and not led further into a deluded path. Is there anything we can do to help them? Well, you first have to ask yourself whether you want to give them money or not. If you want to give them money, you should not worry about what they're going to use for their money. Just give it as part of your duty, or you want them to have the money to do whatever they want to do. But on the other hand, if you don't want them to use money wrongly, then instead of giving them money, you should give them materials instead. Giving them clothes, giving them food, buying them food and things like that, or pay for their rent, if they have rent, pay for their electricity bills and so forth. But don't give them cash. If you think that they will use the cash for wrong purpose, for bad purpose. but you still should support them to show your appreciation of their kindness in raising you and giving you birth. But you don't want to support their bad action. So maybe you don't give them too much money, maybe just some money, some pocket money. Then you just give them the other necessity, like paying the electricity bill and water bill for them, or pay rent for them, or buy food for them. Christine Coe, Longpa, normally people and temple light up candle, offer flower and water to Buddha statue. Is it type of ritual? Yes, it's just a ritual. It's a way of showing the respect to the Buddha. We don't really need to follow correct. If you are in your own home, you don't need to do this. But if you go to the temple where they do this thing, then you should respect the practice of the temple and do what they do. When in Rome, do what the Roman does. You don't want to act like a sore thumb to other people. So when you go to a temple and they have ritual, then you have to follow the ritual. But when you're not in the temple, if you're at home, you don't need to do this ritual. So you have to consider the appropriateness of the situation also. Sadhu, sadhu, Chinese character. Metta Vandana, thank you so much, Ajahn. You're welcome. Lim Lim, sadhu, sadhu. Eli Hassan, good day, Ajahn. Good day to you. Terishi, thank you, Ajahn. You're welcome. Metta Vandana, Ajahn, do you think practicing Qigong, Tai Chi make you more sensitive about the body sensation? While meditating, you can feel them more clearly, like stomach movements from inside. I never practiced Qigong or Tai Chi, so I don't know. The goal is not to be sensitive to the body sensation. The body is to be mindful, to stop your mind from thinking, to be more focused. If doing Qigong or Tai Chi can give you mindfulness, or more focus, more concentration, then it is okay to do that also. But the goal of practice is to develop as much as mindfulness as possible, to bring the mind back to the present. Don't allow the mind to go into the past or go into the future, or go away from the body. You want the mind to be here and now and not thinking, just merely knowing. What Lawrence Lowe, sadhu, sadhu. Chris Leon, sadhu, sadhu. Metta Vandana, thanks Ajahn, you're welcome. While we're waiting for more comments or questions, I usually watch my breath, meditate as I wait for your comments or questions. Just focus on your breathing at the tip of your nose. In, out, in, out. Don't think, stop thinking. You'll find yourself more peaceful and easy, light and easy, and happy. When you have nothing to do, just sit down, close your eyes, and keep watching your breath, even for a few minutes. It can help you slow down your mind from thinking too much. It's like a speed bump every time you watch your breath. It will stop your mind or slow your mind from thinking about things that you don't need to think about, things that cause you to have stress and anxiety. Just keep watching the breath. Wherever you are, when you're riding on the subway or riding in an automobile, and if you're not driving, just close your eyes and watch your breath. You'll find your mind becoming more peaceful and happy. Metta Vandana Ajahn, I was watching the live arms round and I noticed there was a truck full of food, but I thought Buddha wanted monks to collect food for one day only. Yes, this is the rule. If if that's what if you just if you live by yourself alone, then you just collect just enough for yourself. But in this case, we have to receive food because there are still people who want to give food. So you don't want to deny them of the opportunity to make merit. So you just accept food, and then you can then distribute this food to the poor people. So everybody is a win-win situation. It's a win for the people who give, and it's a win for the people who receive, the poor people. The monk is just like a middleman, that's all. The monk only keep what he can eat, and the rest he give them away anyway. So the rule was for a different situation. It is for a situation in which a monk lives alone. So he doesn't want monks to store food or keep food for themselves. Just have enough food to eat for the day. So then they don't have to worry about what to do with the food, the remaining food. Helen Yip Ajahn, I have plans to stop working in 2023. However, I see that the inflation and cost of living increased so much that I begin to have sense of insecurity. What should I do? You should not worry about the future too much. Keep concentrating on your practice. Because if you do a lot of practice and you succeed in your practice, you'll find you have less need for money. So this less need for money will offset the rising in the cost of living. Because eventually, if you can meditate successfully, you hardly need to spend any money at all, because you can live anywhere, eat anything. So don't worry too much about inflation, because that keeps going up all the time. Worry more about your practice. Try to have as much time as possible for your practice, because when you succeed in practice, then you will find that you need less and less money as you advance in your practice. Eventually, you will find that you don't need to have money at all. Metta Vandana, thanks Ajahn. James Ong, greeting Ajahn. Greeting to you. Helen Yip, thanks Ajahn. So I shall proceed with my plan. Yes, don't worry about inflation. Inflation never come down. It always go up. It keeps going up with time. That's what they call inflation, not deflation. So don't worry too much about inflation or money. Try to practice. The more you practice, you'll find that the less money you need, because you can be happy with your meditation. So you don't need to use money to keep you happy. JJ10, I have fear of falling sick, though I know it will happen to everyone. How do I change my mindset? Thank you. Just accept this reality. You cannot run away from it. So you're gonna have to get sick and die. That's the truth. So just teach your mind to accept this reality. Don't deny this reality. Once you can accept the reality is not so bad, you can overcome this fear, and you can transcend the sickness and death, because you are not the one who gets sick or die. You are the mind who think about sickness and death. It is the body that gets sick and die, but the body doesn't know that it gets sick and die. So no one really is hurt by sickness and death. The body is not hurt by sickness and death because it doesn't know that it is happening to the body. And the mind doesn't get hurt because the mind doesn't get sick or die. It's just your delusion that's causing all this fear by thinking that you will get sick or die with the body. You don't get sick or die with the body. You are the mind. You are the one who possess this body, who use this body to take you to do things and go places. That's all. The body is like an automobile. You are the driver. When the automobile gets sick, the driver doesn't get sick with the automobile. Wenyi, good afternoon, Ajahn. Good afternoon to you. Lim, Satu. Metta Vandana. Ajahn, our local monks are in Thailand right now. Ajahn Govindo and Ajahn Nashivo, they are our teachers here. Yes, they stopped by 2 days ago on the 14th, 4 days ago. They came here and see me, and we had a Dhamma talk for about half an hour. About 30 of them came together from Ajahn Anand's monastery on the morning of December 14. So you must be from Seattle also, Metta Vandana. How come you didn't come with them, Metta Vandana? Because you have something else to do? Mandala Shi, dear Pajan, good afternoon. We still have family and job. It's not easy to stop making plans and think about future. While meditation, we must stop thinking about future. Sometimes it's difficult to do in our life. You don't have to think about the future all the time. Just think about the future when you have to. When you don't have to think about the future, you can meditate. You don't think about the future all 24 hours a day. You have time to meditate. It's just that you don't want to meditate, and you find fault because you're not allowed to think about the future. You are allowed to think about the future, but you should have the right time to think about the future. You don't have to think about the future all day long, making plans all day long. You need a rest. You stop. You You want your mind to have a rest also. The mind is like a body. The body needs rest. So is the mind. But if you want and think about the future and stress yourself out from thinking, that's your problem. That's your choice. But you don't have to think all the time about the future. You don't have to plan all the time. You have time to plan and think about the future. Then you should also have time to meditate. You just have to know how to divide up the time, that's all. Metta Vandana, I am from Santa Clara. Yes, I am a teacher, so still teaching. Okay. So you're from California, Northern California. I think you came in my Zoom meeting also, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. So did you go to Washington, to Seattle to see your teacher sometime? Or you connect them through the internet? Check link 10. Dear Ajahn, is the Dhamma talk with the monks from Seattle recorded? They recorded it. You might have to follow their Facebook or YouTube page. You can ask Metta Vandana if she knows the link to the YouTube page. In the future, they want me to have a Zoom meeting with them through their YouTube page. So we might have a link to that talk eventually when we have it. We'll post the link on my Facebook page. That's for the future. JJ10. I recently joined Ajahn an online retreat, but find it difficult to focus and meditate. I keep using the internet on my mobile phone during retreat. I also didn't meditate much. How do I stop this unskillful practices and have a good retreat? Well, you should use the phone only for the retreat. Once you stop using the retreat, then you should turn off the phone. Just turn on the phone when you need to go online for the retreat. You don't have to turn on the phone 24 hours a day. Just go to the online retreat for instruction. Once you get the instruction, then you turn off your phone and then start meditating. Metta Vandana. But I am in the pilgrimage group, so looking at all the pictures. So you have a website you can connect to. Yes, Ajahn, I'm from California. Not yet. Through Zoom. We have Zoom meeting every Saturday and Wednesday. Now we have a teacher from Australia, Ajahn Sadaro. Good. C.G. Lim Satu. Can you send a link to check link 10, the link on the YouTube page that you follow or the website that you follow? Can you post it on this chat right now so check link 10 can take a look at it? Metta Vandana, yes, we have Discord app and we are connected with the pilgrimage group. So you have to download the Discord app first before you can get connected or join. Or can you follow by, is there anything posted on the internet, on the website, in which other people can just go in and take a look without having to download the Discord app or join the group? Yu Meng Leong, Satu Satu. I have about 3 minutes left for this meeting. So if you can post it now, if you have a link, like a website or something, or you can post it later on after I finish this live Q&A meeting. Terishi, Satu Satu. Metta Vandana to check link 10. I will send you Clear Mountain website. Check, you can just search for Clear Mountain Monastery and then you probably get the link to that resort. Okay, here it is from somebody, my assistant have found the website and it's posted, so you can take a look. Maybe they might have posted something about our meeting last Wednesday. Check link 10. Thank you, Ajahn. You're welcome. Kwan Patum Napa, thank you very much for teaching and Q&A. Sadhu. You're welcome. Bilim Sadhu Sadhu. Ajahn, thank you for your Dhamma. You're welcome. Christine Koe, may Luang Por stay healthy and long life. Thank you. Metta Vandana, thanks Ajahn. You're welcome. Eddie Lam, Sadhu Sadhu. Terishi, here's another link to the Clear Mountain Monastery from Terishi. Thank you. Metta Vandana, I will send the calendar for our weekly meeting. Thank you. Tini Cheng, thanks Ajahn. Kenneth, thank you, Sadhu. Okay, I think that's about it for me today. That's about all the time we have. Thank you for your participation in this Q&A meeting. I hope that you can benefit from this meeting and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you at the same time again next week. If nothing happened to prevent me from doing it. Thank you and goodbye.